What's up, everybody? Good evening from Panama. Got some solemn news. Panama lost against Mexico last night. You know, this little country of 4 million lost 1-0, down one player to a country of 100 million, and who would arguably be the juggernaut of CONCACAF, which is this region from Panama up to Canada. So, yeah, Panama went out with their head held high, losing to what we considered the best team in the region. But I wonder what the score would have been if player didn't get kicked out with a red card for something he didn't even touch the guy. So, yeah, we wonder what would have happened. But corruption is in everything, whether it's governments or sports, FIFA, CONCACAF, they're no different. Hello, Umberto. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Silver. Yeah, we're going to talk about it in a minute. My utmost respect for the Panamanian national soccer team. They played an awesome game against Mexico in the championship. Sometimes things don't work out your way. Kudos to all players and coaches. Yeah, it was a wonderful. We we met with some friends last night. We sat out at the park and watched the game. There was probably about 1,500 people there outside. It was amazing. It was a great night. Hello, Mom. How are you doing? Doug with lowercase d. Hex enthusiast. So many projects and coins, so much distraction, money being degened all over the place. So, wow, so much. Hey, Paul. Tuning in this late feels like a throwback stream. Well, it kind of is. Hey, Max Gabby. Uncle Will. See you, sir. Victor Cetus. Hi, Randy. I'm considering establishing territorial tax residency in Panama. I want to know if your Patreon group has any good advice or insights in this matter, costs, legal fees. Well, we don't actually talk about those kind of things. We talk about second residencies, but getting into the nitty gritty of what a lawyer would say, no, we don't get into that. But, Panama makes sense for many reasons. A lot of people use it for the the territorial taxation. Come here and you live here, but you have your corporation outside of Panama. That's what he means. That's what he's talking about. And that's a great way to build a business. 100% legal. Lunar Sea Point, good to see you. Helgo is exchange, right? I haven't used it, but Archipelago, imagine it's fine. For now, my exchanges until 9-inch launches, I use PHUX mostly because liquidity is pretty deep. And for a lot of the tokens I care about, there's very little slippage. So that's why I use PHUX. Hey, Dizzy. Glad to be watching live. Welcome, Z. Ramon. What's up, fam? Great no permissions call today. Yes, we had our no permissions call. And it was noon Eastern today. We do it noon Eastern on Mondays and 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. And today's call, we went to a couple of deep things. We learned together as a group. That's how we do it. And I've had some people, they don't like the fact that we're keeping a lot of the information private. I'll tell you what, that's how things roll. Private, I'm a capitalist, so I believe in having a private group. So works good. I've had one ever since I've been in crypto. So I was ever going back to 2014, 2015, I had a Facebook page, our Facebook group, where there's about 52 of us in there. And everybody was a whale except for myself at the time. I didn't get big enough probably until the end of or beginning of 2018. But that group taught me so much because I got to be around other like-minded people who understood at the time trading, participating in ICOs. I was the marketer. Heidi, the blockchain chick, she was in there, so she was another marketer. There was a couple really great people. And a lot of projects were born in that group, at least 6. So yeah, I believe in these groups. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, sorry. I never heard of Helgo then. Benny, no. Casino night was because we were bored as we waited for Pulse Chain. Now we have so much stuff going on. I have to put it on the backseat. Even personally, my time with the casino needs to go down because I got so much going on now that I don't have time to sit and just play around. It's a new moon today, Randy. Yes, it is. New moon. Even though the charts didn't look like a new moon. Remember the window for the new moon and the full moon it's 10 days. So 5 days before, 5 days after. And right now is the new moon. So won't be able to see anything tonight. It's just blackness. No, I did not, Victory. Hey Randy, we all miss these stream members. Yeah, Rob, I just can't. I got so much. My plate is getting more and more full each day, and I don't mind that. I'm a yes guy, so if I see a project that I agree with that goes along with how I think, I will say yes, and I'll find a way to participate in it. Now I get at least 3 or 4 people a week trying to get me involved in some other project, and I'm just not interested. Don't want to do it. Like for example, I think this means thank you, RH. I have not looked at it. Just because finding the bandwidth to find something else, unless my group is really interested, I just haven't shown any interest. Tell them pay up, buddy. If you want the sauce, you got to pay up. Yeah, I'm a capitalist, man. That's right, Lunacy Point. It's amazing. Did you have a meeting with 9-inch guys? Yes, Labasi. Yes, that was last Friday, and they're coming along good. I'm going. I don't know if it's official yet. It's kind of like a handshake phone call, but I'm joining the team as part of the marketing side. So once a week or once every 2 weeks, we'll have a marketing call, and I'll help them with ideas and how to grow adoption and use of the DEX. So that's what I'm going to be doing with 9-inch. It's more of an advisor role. And I'm happy to be an advisor because my wallet is going to be like number 5 in 9-inch. All right, Ramon, I gotta check into it. I just haven't had the time. Crypto Compassion, good to see you, sir. Water above my ears. Wanna live till 12/10/24. What's that? Water above my ears. I don't get that, Bob. What you're trying to say there? You're talking about waters above? Said something about till December 10th, 24. Hello, Moons. Does Dex Screener have a moon chart overlay? No, they don't. The only one that does is the traditional one, not Aurochs either. TradingView. TradingView has one. Okay. All right. We'll look into it. All right. So let's go ahead and present or share screen. Go through the charts. Here's Bitcoin. This is the monthly for Bitcoin, and we've been green now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months on the Aurochs indicator, but you can see the volume is dropping off, and the demand index is just trading sideways. We could have a fall, and I think it's coming. If you listen to Waters Above, or you've been listening to me at any time, I've been saying that August could be rough. And this could be why, because just nothing really happening. We're sitting right at 30,000. It's been pretty much 30,000 or within $500 for the last couple of weeks. Usually when that happens, we drop, and especially in a market when the volume is taking. Oh, sorry, a little bit tired tonight. The volume is just, look at that, just going off a cliff. So when that happens, usually the market takes a dip. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, we got a green ORX indicator now going back 5 weeks. DI actually looks good on the weekly. Volume, once again, it's starting to slow down on the daily. Okay, on the daily, we can look at the BGMC confidence indicator, and that's dropping way off. All right, I have not looked at these. I'm just pulling them up right now, and that's fallen way off. So we got the red on the daily. DI is almost right at the red line, the 0 line. And like I said, volume is kind of slowing down, petering out. So that's Bitcoin. I think by the end of the month, beginning the full moon's coming on August 4th, the night that the Richard Hart documentary is coming out. So kind of an interesting night to choose to launch the documentary on a full moon. I don't know why they would do that, but they did. And that's also, I guess we're going to see a possible Bitcoin drop, in my opinion. All right. So Ethereum on the monthly also been green this one's been green for 7 months. DI is still looking good. But once again, the volume is just nowhere compared to where it was at the beginning of the last bull market. Here, let's go back to that. All right. So the last bull market, you can see that we started to really pick up volume before the market got hot and took off. We're not seeing any of that yet. So I still don't think we're just in the end of the bear. We not here, but we'd be over here if we want to repeat a cycle. So we're still a ways away from a bull. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, we got a green ORX indicator, very similar to Bitcoin. And DI is looking good. Fear and greed is, sorry, this was fear and greed. This was a volume. This is the volume. The fear and greed is still in the greed side. And on the daily, we got our red ORX indicator on the daily. So it was really funny. On Thursday, we pumped like crazy. I think that was Thursday, or maybe Wednesday of last week, pumped like crazy, but that didn't last long. It just got smacked down. And you can see the DI here is right back to 0. And the AI says we're going down. So that's all I have to see. PHUX, it had a good last week when the news of the documentary came out. But here, this is the monthly, sorry. But after the documentary announcement, it just got smacked. This is when Pulse Chain launched. This is when I sold. Sorry. I sold 12.2 cents. I was like right at the peak of that green candle there. But then boom. All right, so let's look at the weekly. All right, 4 weeks in, green ORX indicator. DI is still well below the red line, but we are green. So if PHUX can get a little bit of momentum going into the highest of stakes documentary, hopefully this will push us up. Let's see what it says in the daily. Now, I'm sorry I don't have Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain I have to use Dex Screener. But look at the daily. It's once again we got the red here. It's so funny because we blew up here and then boom, right back down. People they can't hold. They took in my opinion, may have taken too early. I did take some out here. I took a portion, but then I bought it all back here today, and now I have more than I had when I did my original trade. So the other one I want to talk about was Urus. This is the token for Aurochs, the team that sponsors my channel. In the top of the last bull market, peaked out at $300, and right now we're at $12.98, and I don't see it going much lower, in my opinion. Maybe could hit $10, but I'm starting to accumulate, getting ready for the next bull run, and I have been accumulating for a couple months. So I started back here around $16. I'm just DCAing in, getting ready for the next bull run. And if this can get back to $300, or since they're looking to go public this year, it could really run much higher. And there's only 10 million tokens. So I think this is a good one to have. And I was talking to a gentleman tonight, and he says that you need about 75 tokens in your wallet right now. It adjusts in order to get all the aspects of Aurochs. It adjusts based on the price. So if the price goes back to $50, you're only going to need like 40 tokens or 30 tokens to get all of the features. So pay attention to it. This might be the chance that you need to get some Aurochs tokens. This one's a pure play, one that no one else in the Hex community is talking about. And it's just because I've been part of the team for so many years. I think it's a good call. So let's go to, what do we want to check next? Let's go over here to Dex Screener. Make sure you guys can see it. Yep. You see what Fiat did? All right. So a couple people in our group made some good analysis saying that yesterday was going to be the buy the rumor, sell the news event for the PHUX token, as there was a very large airdrop, and then the token just got dumped off the cliff overnight into this morning. And I went in and I bought a bunch. I bought a shit ton this morning, and you can see it's going right back up. So I bought around 37.5 cents this morning, and now it's back up to 42. So anybody who bought this morning, congratulations. I don't know who that. I think that was one person just went crazy dumping. I don't know what they think's happening, but Fiat's getting ready to launch. That's a huge buy the rumor, sell the news event. PHUX is doing really good. It's paying really good. If you're part of the pools right now, the amount that you're receiving for participating is great. So taking those PHUX tokens and staking those after you stake in the Fiat Maxi pool is doing really well. So let's look at the PHUX to see what that token's done today. All right, so it's at 0.0125. You can see overnight, this is the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the 4 hour. So yesterday and Saturday was the buy the rumor, sell the news event. So a lot of people sold up here on Saturday, and then you see what's happening as people sold it. And now it's starting to recover, and I think it's going to keep recovering. If we go to the daily, you can see what this coin has done. Fabulous. What a beautiful chart. And I think it's going to continue doing that for a while as people want voting power and they want to maximize their returns on their PHUX farms and pools. So looking really good. I'm excited about that one. Let's look at Hex chain version. This one is at 0.021. Chart looks pretty nice. I mean, bottomed out, get a nice cup and handle going. Could be moving up. I can't see it going down right now with the movie. You can see people like, it's like buy, sell, buy. There's more people. If you look over here, there's 1,400 buys and 852 sells. So a lot more is happening on the buy side than the sell side for Hex. I would also not count out Hex on Ethereum. Hex on Ethereum, think about it this way. There's going to be a couple 100,000, hopefully 1 million or so people see this movie over the next couple months. They're going to either be disgusted or they're going to be like, wow, I want to participate in whatever Richard Hart does, whatever his tokens are. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to open up their Coinbase and then they're going to go buy some EHEX. They're not buying PX. No way. Maybe 10% go buy PX. 90%, they're going to see the one that's in their wallets, their MetaMask wallet, and that's going to be EHEX. So those long-term, yeah, PHEX is probably going to outperform, but right now, due to this documentary, I think EHEX is the play, and that's what I'm putting my money on. Unless some huge giant whale like the God Whale coins come to market and destroy my plans, so be it. Then I'll take them and I'll stake them. So there we go. I'm trying to see where I was. Bob says I'll dump 7. Hello, Ted. CRSM. Hello. You got Red Chevy Luna. Oh God, I haven't done that in a while. Let me see. watching myself. It's funny. Let me see. I'm adding some mods here because you guys are so awesome. Sometimes there's never too many mods, so I just added 3 of you guys. All right. Hello, Snap MV Snap Crypto 19. Hey, lights out. Appreciate that. Marion, where you been? Crispy Man is in the house. Hey, Crispy. I saw Altcoin Daily and Crypto's RS are promote Orox last week. Yeah, exactly. They're actually, I was the only influencer on the team for the last 3 years. And all of a sudden they hired Altcoin Daily and Crypto's RS and 2 teams that don't like Hex. I don't care. The Hex community is totally infiltrated into the Orox community. We took over. I grabbed a ton of PHUX not to defend my voting rights. got to defend my voting rights. Exactly. I'm doing the same thing. Not just to maximize my divs, but just the voting rights. You want to make sure that the pools that you're participating in have a high amount of votes. Yeah, one hog. Thank you. I'll go lunch. Tom, what's going on? Yeah, Wrench Gang. I got a couple of you guys there. Yeah, so I want to talk about how this is all theater. What we're seeing right now, because it's just, I observed some comments today within my Patreon, and people are getting frustrated. They're like, all this sucks. All these people infighting and saying that their token is better than this token, and that this one's going to outperform, and this DEX is better than this DEX, and the yield over here is better, and my 9-inch is bigger than your PHUX. Listen, since the beginning of time, let's be straight here. Crypto is male dominated. 95% of participants in crypto are men. Men are ultra competitive. It's just the way we are. And this whole, my thing is bigger than your thing. Mine is better. Mine's going to earn more yield. Mine's going to replace Bitcoin. It's better than Ethereum. All this ego stuff is all masculine energy. This is what guys do. It's all theater. Because when we get together, it's usually high fives, cheers. Everything is good and dandy. But on the internet, where people, maybe they're drinking a little bit, or they're smoking something, or they're just, half paying attention, they're on the train. I don't care what they're doing. And guys, we like to dig each other, man. We like to push each other's buttons. And that's exactly what you're seeing within the crypto community, and especially the Hex community. When people get bored, or especially men, when we get bored, we fuck with each other. That's just how we do it. And we like to troll, and we like to, if we see someone that's got a scab, we like to dig off the scab. That's just how it is, man. Men are brutal like that. But like I said, when it all comes down to it, we still shake hands and we move on. That's how the crypto community is, and that's just how I read it. Just lots of masculine energy running around. We're a bunch of dumbasses. We can't help ourselves. It reminds me of the schoolyard when we were kids, and we used to pick on each other and push each other in the mud, and we'd be pissed off for 2 minutes, and then we're back to being best buddies. And when you guys know my kid's homeschooled, so I'm rough with him. I beat the crap out of him. He beats the crap out of me on purpose. We have roughhouse. That's what guys. I think it's a father's role. Roughhouse with your kid, right? Well, the kids at the park, they're always around. They're always around mom, and you could tell their dads don't roughhouse with them. because they fall, they trip, they start crying, they go running to mommy. My kid, full speed, run into a tree, be like, oh shit, that stung a little bit, but he laughs it off and he keeps going. You can see the kids that are constantly around the masculine energy and the ones that are around the, sorry for the ladies out there, but the feminine energy. Boys, you got to let them be boys. And it's so funny seeing people making comments about it, because all guys know that's what's going on. We're just a bunch of assholes to each other. It's just human nature. And I don't think it's sexist at all. I just think that's how it is. And when the women come in and they see how we act, this is like you guys coming into our playroom when we're playing video games with a bunch of friends. It's no different. You got 6 guys in there all playing Madden football and, calling each other's names and throwing pillows at each other and being dumbasses. It's the same situation, but it's being played out on Twitter, on YouTube, and all this kind of stuff. It's all theater. That's all it is. And then when we see each other, no problems. So I hope that didn't offend anybody, but that's how I see it. It reminds me of being in the military all over again, when we would something called hazing. And you're not allowed to haze people anymore in the military. But when I was in, hazing was allowed. So anybody who's a veteran who at least made it into the 90s, you guys know what I'm talking about with the hazing. Oh, goodness. Timothy, what's going on, sir? The infighting and tribalism is fucking ridiculous. It is. But it's all part of the game. Have you heard of Uniswap X? Yes, I just heard about. Sami was tweeted about it. Yeah, it's going to be like Portal X. Crypto is becoming. We don't have to worry about chains anymore as much. Everything can be swapped over. I set up here. Hold on a second. I set up my Aurochs, a new Aurochs wallet today, and I imported my old MetaMask. And what's so cool is now I don't need to change between RPCs, because this was the wallet that I had all my stuff, my hex stakes, all that kind of stuff. They were all in this wallet, so I imported it into this newly formed Aurochs wallet, and just seeing all of my tokens in one place at one time, I loved it. I was like, oh, this is wonderful. This is spectacular. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to see with the new Uniswap X and Portal X. It's all going to be tradable between each other. Love it. Lights out. So I was ready to break out my mute gun yesterday. It was a bit too much whining. I have the power. Shazam, that's funny. PX is larger than whatever. Hey, Rags. Good to see you, sir. See, Rags is one of the instigators. He knows how to push buttons, man. He's a master at it. See, he was in the military too. He understands. Pushing buttons is what guys do. Same in the Marine Corps. Nonstop shit talking also seems to be a default feature in Australians. Yeah. I think Australians are just born with it. A couple of you guys in here know my friend Greg. He's from Fiji, and this guy, he's from Fiji. Lived the first part of his life there. Played rugby in New Zealand. They graduated high school in New Zealand too, that kind of thing. And then he moved to Canada. But man, this guy he's constantly grinding everybody out, man, digging on you just to get to your last nerve. And he taught my son so many naughty things, man. Oh God. I can't tell you. I can't say some of the stuff he says. I'll get banned from YouTube. But some of you guys know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, Timothy's a shellback. What? He knows all about the hazing. About really small amount of that TYRH token a couple days ago. Chart is flying. Number one, really talking about. That's great. I mean, I love it when that kind of stuff happens. See, shit, Rags is a shellback as well. I didn't get any of that stuff. I was just, I spent most of my time in Europe or here, but I never got to go because I was in squadrons, so we just fly everywhere. But the guys, a couple of the air crews got their blue nose going over the North Pole, and they would often get the shellback because they would fly out of here and they fly down across. I think the shellback is when you go across the equator, right? My brother's got a shellback though. I'm loving crypto so much now. It's way better than it was in 2015 when I got it. Yeah, no doubt, SuperX went. It was boring back then, and all we had was centralized exchanges. I was using Cryptopia or Craptopia and Bittrex and can't even remember the names. And I remember when Binance launched, I was like, oh, this is garbage. I'm not participating in this. If only I would have paid it and done use the referral code, I would have made a shit ton of money just off the referrals. Hey, Sparky. Yeah, we are doing great. Absolutely. Aussies are the funniest at trash talking. My wife, she's like, maybe I can't talk to Australian people. I don't know what the hell they're saying. Their lips are moving, but I'm not understanding them. I'm like, sorry, babe. They're not the easiest to understand. I just had a meeting with an Australian about an hour and a half ago. That's funny. Wow, Uncle Will. Everyone's a shellback except for me. All the sailors are here, but I'm the only one that's not a shellback. Simon. I'm meeting Greg in Fiji in November. You should come. Oh my God. No way. I'd love to. But November, we should be in Europe. We're looking to go to Europe for at least a month. Oh yeah, Rags just did an interview with TYRH guy today. I heard about that. Yes, across the equator. Okay. Played ball with a guy who did that with his brothers and me. He said I would never react the way they did. How you doing, Kings Benno? Haven't seen you in a while. In the infantry, we used to make privates qualify. They'd have to hold on to a tree trunk upside down to see how long they could stay there. Occasionally, they get duct taped to the tree. One time we had one of our guys. He was an airman, and so E3. It happened on the night shift, so I was back in the barracks. I was the corpsman, so I only came in. I did regular day shifts. This is over in Sicily, in Sigonella, Sicily, and we called him a straw dog. I can't tell you why he got the name Straw Dog, but I can tell you the story what happened to him. So he was playing around with the guys. And we used to always make fun of Straw Dog because he's like I am now, kind of fluffy, right? I was always training him out. I was the fat boy trainer when I was in the Navy. So if you were overweight and you needed to lose some weight to fit qualifications, you had to come see me every day at 3:30, and I go run with you and do all the push-ups, sit-ups, and all kind of stuff. But I don't know what he did that night, but the guys took him and the aviation tape that we have, and they taped him up and they left him in the middle of the deck in the hangar for like an hour, and everybody got in so much trouble. And that's called hazing. And that was right when things started changing in the Navy. And it wasn't so much fun after that incident. The squadron, everyone had to really tone it down. But man, I'll never forget him talking about how they taped him up and just left him in the middle of the hangar. Oh God, the Navy. What a great time that was. I hated my job, but I sure loved the camaraderie. Hey, putting guru. Diamond at equator and prime meridian intersection. All right. Oh, Timothy's enjoying this night. Dang, CRSM, one-time shellback here. but I did not lick the peanut butter off the toes of the beauty contest with her. Oh man, you guys are bringing back so many memories. Hi, Randy. What's the latest on your Panama Conference? Probably the first week of February 2024. We're going to do it hopefully at the RIU Conference Center / hotel, which is, it's only a 10-minute walk from my house. And it'll be on Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we'll have the typical Panama stuff where you can go to the Panama Canal, and I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll do all kinds of stuff. And then the next week is Carnival. So if anybody wants to stay longer, Carnival in Panama is amazing. I'm not here in the city too much, but you actually have to go to some of the smaller towns in the interior of the country. We call it the interior. And they really party it up. It's total debauchery. So if you're into debauchery, this Carnival is the thing for you. I don't like it. We like to lay low during Carnival. So, but some people, they like those. They want to experience it at least once. Taped a guy to his rack during boot camp. That's just cruel. That's just how it goes. I mean, that's how boot camp was. Yeah, those shiny new stun guns aren't going to test themselves. Yeah. I don't know. What are the rules up north now, like in Canada and the US? Are you allowed to carry a taser or a stun gun or anything like that? I've got one in my truck. My wife's got she's got her pepper spray, and you just never know. You got to have that kind of stuff nowadays, in my opinion. And or a bang bang. It's just a good idea. So, all right. So if you guys don't have any questions, anybody got any questions tonight? Because I'm happy to discuss anything. It's just I already went through the charts and what's going on. So unless you guys don't got anything to talk about, I'm kind of tired. But if you guys got any questions, hit me up. No, you guys are so quiet. I am shocked with the misses. Looking forward to going to the meetup in Panama. Well, Timothy, it's a great place. We have good food. Everything's within a close distance of the city, so we don't have to travel far. Ubers and we have iDrive here, InDrive, which is like Uber. Those two things will get you anywhere in the city. So don't have to go far to enjoy. Hey, Ben, good to see you, sir. What's this Helgo hex pair in PLSX? I heard Helgo is just a new coin that's launched. That's all. I'm not. See, we will be there with bells on. That's awesome. The thing with me, Tea Time, is that I'm not going to chase every new coin that comes out there. I'm going to try to find the cream that comes to the top. Right? That's why I'm loving fiat and PHUX. I love PLSX. I think that's going to do really well. But if PLSX wasn't an RH project, I probably wouldn't keep so much money in it, frankly, because in my opinion, PHUX is spanking it right now. And who knows, 9-inch might spank it too. Depends. But because it is an RH product, I still keep money there. And I'm just being straight with you guys. I look at PLSX. I'm not impressed, but I know that Richard will update things. That's right, Russ. Me and my Brazilian girlfriend are really considering moving to Panama next year. What's the best location to set up in? Hey, Victor, definitely my area. I live in El Congrejo, and El Congrejo it's an older neighborhood, but it's so central. You got 2 metro stations that you can hop on the metro, which take us all the way to the airport now. You can walk to the waterfront in about 15 minutes. You got the mall, 10-minute walk to the mall, the biggest mall, the nice one, where all the Louis Vuitton, all that kind of stuff are. So grocery stores all over the place, corner stores, restaurants, bars, everything's all in our neighborhood. So this is the best place to live, El Congrejo. and it's not the most expensive. There's plenty of other more expensive neighborhoods with these beautiful buildings and super nice condos, but the neighborhoods aren't walkable, and it's not as cozy. I like the coziness of our neighborhood. That's right. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Oh yeah, C3 works. I can speak really good Spanish. Not perfect, but I'm really good. My wife still thinks I stink, but what are wives for? She's always telling me I can't speak Spanish good. I'm like, what the hell? Everyone understands me. Especially when I'm angry. When I get angry, my Spanish gets real good. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm going to go get some sleep. Have a great night. I'll see you Wednesday.